Order, we have completed the debate on the budget statement. We're now going into the Committee of Supply to debate estimates. I've revised the commencement time of the Committee of Supply to start immediately. With the change in commencement time, the revised guillotine time for Head U, Prime Minister's Office, is 8 p.m., which includes a tea break. Members are to note that the proceedings in the Committee of Supply will be taken till 9:30 p.m. for today. Honourable members will be notified of the revised conclusion times for the subsequent heads of expenditure.
Item 2, the Committee of Supply to consider the estimates for the financial year 1st April 2021 to 31st March 2022.
Main and development estimates of expenditure of Singapore for the financial year 1st April 2021 to 31st March 2022 contained in Paper Command 5 of 2021. For convenience, I shall take the totals for each head of expenditure in the main and development estimates as they appear in the last columns of the schedules of the estimated expenditure under the main and development estimates outlays for FY 2021 on pages 6 and 7 respectively of the command paper. A total of 569 amendments to the estimates of expenditure have been submitted this year. The guillotine times to the discussion of the heads of expenditure under Standing Order 92.7a have taken into consideration the earlier commencement time of a sitting, the reduction of question time, and the extension of sitting times of the Committee of Supply for each allotted day. I must remind honourable members that the total time for discussion of each head of expenditure includes the replies from the front bench. With the assistance of the digital timer in the chamber, I trust that honourable members will be able to keep to the speech times indicated against the amendments. I would urge honourable members both from the back and front benches to adhere to their time limits, as I will be stringent in my timekeeping. I shall deal first with the heads of expenditure in respect of which amendments stand on the order paper supplement, Head U, Prime Minister's Office. Ms. Tin Pei Ling.
Chairman, do I take both cards or just one card?
Take the first card.
Take the first one, okay. Chairman, I beg to move that the total sum to be allocated for Head U of the estimates be reduced by $100. Sir, it was almost 7 years ago since the launch of Smart Nation initiative by Prime Minister Lee. The Smart Nation initiative envisages a future Singapore that is a leading economy powered by digital innovation and a world-class city with a government that gives our citizens the best home possible and responds to their different and changing needs. We are truly fortunate to have benefited from the coordinated build-up of digital infrastructure, capabilities, talent pool, and smart tools through the efforts of the Smart Nation initiative. This virtue of being prepared allows our government agencies to respond swiftly and act decisively in our response to COVID-19. I dread to imagine how colossal an effort it would have been to have to manually track persons on leave of absence and stay-home notice, or to contact trace hundreds of thousands, perhaps millions of people, especially when speed is of essence to containing the spread of COVID-19. At the peak of the pandemic, there was so much uncertainty, and Singaporeans struggled to figure out what help schemes they are eligible for and what information to believe or not to believe. Everyone would have had a unique set of circumstances. The sheer amount of queries received was simply overwhelming. But thankfully, innovations and creations such as Trace Together and digital tools such as the government WhatsApp and Telegram channels, eligibility checker and chatbots helped to achieve what we needed to so much more effectively and efficiently. Consequently, we were able to effectively control the spread of COVID-19 and deliver important information and help to Singaporeans in a very timely manner. On this note, I'd like to ask whether the government could provide an update on what other technology-based measures that might be in place to boost our fight against COVID-19 and future crises such as this. As our population gradually gets vaccinated, if, how, and when can we expect electronic vaccination certificate to be issued? Could this be integrated with the SingPass mobile app, just like how we can now access our NRIC, driving license, and other useful information? Having a robust digital capability will strongly position us for future challenges and opportunities. Who knows when Disease X might strike us? Hence, the earlier we are digitally ready, the better. May I therefore ask, how is the Smart Nation initiative progressing at this point?
The question is that the total sum to be allocated for Head U of the estimates be reduced by $100. Ms. Tin? Karen?
Well, this brings me to my second question to ask the Ministry whether the National Digital Identity Initiative is on track for widespread adoption in 2022, and what is the expected timeline for the National Digital Identity to be enabled for cross-border travels and transactions. If we are to expect vaccination e-certificate, perhaps we should consider enabling NDI for cross-border travels and transactions concurrently.